Hello and welcome to Language Culture in Dr. Lou. Today, I'd like to talk to you about some colorful idioms, some expressions where we use color to brighten up our speech in English and in several other languages. And for example, if we tell people to look at the silver lining, or look for the silver lining, we're not literally meaning silver. What we're meaning is to tell them, oh, look on the bright side, look on the positive side, and so see the good things. So that's one example of a colorful idiom. And so today I'd like to talk mostly about some colorful colorful idioms with pink and blue. But first, let's talk about a couple others that just mention colors. For instance, we have to show your true colors, right? In English, we say to show your true colors, or someone is showing their true colors if we're really seeing their real personality. They're not hiding any of who you are, who they are, and how they are. And so this often comes out in very stressful situations where well, people end up showing um, their true personalities. They come out a little more. So that's showing your true colors. It means, well, being authentic and really not trying to hide anything about your personality, or rather um, being unable to hide things about yourself. So that's showing your true colors. And as a professor, someone who works in academics, I like the second expression, to pass with flying colors. And of course, to pass with flying colors means to go above and beyond expectations and to succeed in a way that's way over the top, way above and beyond. So this is someone, if you get an A on the test, for instance, you pass with flying colors because you didn't get almost any questions wrong. So to pass with flying colors, that's usually used in an academic sense. We also talk about this metaphorically, like if we're testing somebody. And so let's move on to pink idioms. I've given a couple idioms in pink in English. One of my favorite ones is to be tickled pink. That's to be overjoyed about something, to be really, really pleased, really, really super happy about it. You're tickled pink. And so that's kind of funny that pink is the color that we use for that. Might have to do with laughing. And the other expression is if someone or something is in the pink of something, that means they're at the height of perfection. So, for example, if someone is in perfect health, they might say, oh, they're in the pink of health. That means the height of perfection. So, or if someone's career is going really, really well, and they're super happy about how everything's going, all the advantages, all the benefits, all of this, they might say that their career is in the pink of success. So in the pink of something, again, it's to be uh, at the level of perfection, at the height of perfection or something or someone. And so um, let's talk about some pink idioms in other languages. This is the first one we're going to start with, is one of my favorite expressions in French, la vie en rose, which literally means life in pink. And I like this one because we have a very similar expression in English, if you look at life through rose-colored glasses, that means you're seeing in pink as well, and it means you're seeing life in happy hues. But the little difference between how we use this in French and how we use it in English, um, is in English, we're looking at life through rose-colored glasses, or we're looking or viewing life in happy hues, whereas in French, we're living life in pink. I love that it's about really living, as opposed to just observing, just seeing. It's really yeah, viewing the best of everything. And that does bring to mind not just looking at the silver lining, because there are no gray clouds in the picture anywhere if you're living life in pink. And so, from another Romance language, from Romanian, the translation that we have here in italics, it means to turn pink with rage. And this one interested me because as an English speaker, I think of red as the color of rage, but I guess pink makes some sense too. And of course, it just means to become very, very angry, to get really pissed off. That means you turn pink with rage in Romanian. And so another Romance language, in addition to French and Romanian, that has a pink expression is Portuguese. And when we talk about, celebrity gossip magazines, like in the US, we have People magazine, for instance. In Portuguese, one calls those pink magazines. So it simply means celebrity gossip magazines, pink magazines. And of course, we don't use pink for that expression in English, but it's interesting to me that they do in Portuguese. So if anybody in Portuguese is talking about pink magazines, they're talking about ones like People magazine and the rest. Some stuff that's all gossip without much substance and tells us all about things that we don't really even need to know about celebrities. And so in Dutch, I love this expression, the one in italics here, that literally translated means to sit on a little pink cloud. And we use this in expression when someone or a couple, if someone is annoyingly in love, like they're so smitten with love that it's annoying to even be around them, we can, in Dutch, we can say they're sitting on a little pink cloud. And now in Turkish, it's interesting, in English, we use white for this metaphor, and in Turkish, they use pink. If you talk about a pink lie in Turkish, that's a good lie, a little good fib, meaning in English, we say a white lie. Uh, and so that's funny to me that in English, we use white. In Turkish, they use pink, but it's the same exact concept. And now I'd like to move to blue idioms. And so we have four idioms here in English in blue. And what's funny to me, to be blue and to be true blue really have nothing to do with each other. They're not at all the same. Of course, to be blue is to be overcome with a profound sadness, or you're really overcome with a profound sadness, often about things that are beyond your control. But yeah, to be blue, if you know the music genre, the blues, that's a lot of what it's about. And to be true blue, on the other hand, that means, of course, to be especially committed or devoted to a thing or to a person. And so, for example, if you have friends who are true blue, that's a really good thing because they are nicely devoted to you as good friends really should be. And now the two idioms that I included images for, the first one is once in a blue moon, which of course blue moons are a very, very rare celestial event. They don't happen that often. So that's sort of what we mean by the expression is don't hold your breath. That only happens once in a blue moon. It means this happens incredibly rarely. It's almost never going to happen. You know, it only happens once in a blue moon. And now the last one out of the blue, the illustration for that gives the longer form of that same idiom, which is a bolt out of the blue. And of course, the artist rendering here, the painting here, shown here, is taking the term bolt very literally. We have a little metal bolt there where the expression comes from, a bolt out of the blue. Imagine how shocking it would be. It comes out of nowhere. If you have a perfectly blue sky, nice blue sky, and all of a sudden, bam, a lightning bolt comes out of it, that's where the expression comes from, a bolt out of the blue. And so that's why we say when something came out of the blue, it means simply it came out of nowhere. It was never expected. And so there you go. So there's my blue idioms for English. And of course, now I'm going to move on to other languages. And in French, of course, we have ne voir qu'en bleu, which means to see nothing but blue, or rather to see only in blue. Same diff. Anyway, and so what that means is to be in the dark, to be uninformed about something. So that's funny to me that if you're living like in pink, you're happy, happy, always seeing the good side of everything all the time. But if you're only seeing in blue, you really don't know what's going on. You're totally uninformed. You're totally in the dark about things. So again, that's ne voir qu'en bleu. And yeah, and the reason I didn't include sacré bleu, which literally means holy blue, which means holy cow or damn it kind of thing. The reason that idiom didn't make it into the slideshow here is because, in fact, not a lot of French speakers actually say that very often. It's not, as opposed to popular opinion, it's not like a super common thing to say. So that's why I went with to see nothing but blue instead, ne voir qu'en bleu. And so from another Romance language, again from Italian, when they talk about the blue prince, what they mean is Prince Charming. So, yeah, it doesn't actually have so much to do with the color blue necessarily, but we're talking Prince Charming. If you're talking in Italian and you're talking the blue prince, Prince Charming, simply put. So now a blue idiom from German, um, translates to mean to lie the blue out of the sky. And this reminds me of a lot of politicians. Um, as for example, well, there are many of them. I don't trust a lot of politicians because I know a lot of them to be pathological liars. So if someone is really, in English, we say pull the wool over your eyes. If someone is really lying, lying, lying to manipulate you or for any other reason, let's say we're going back to politicians. If someone is um, lying about things to distort the facts, to spin a story, they're lying the blue out of the sky. In German, that is. So to lie, 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 lie. And that's why that picture of Pinocchio there has his nose extra long, um, because he lied the blue out of the sky. Now we got a blue idiom in Dutch, which I provided in italics here again, and it literally means to walk a blue, but what it really means is to get rejected. Like that man in the picture really liked the woman and he decided to ask her out for a date or something, and she was really so not interested that she just rejects him outright, talk to the hand and everything. And so we could say that he walked a blue when this happens in Dutch. And so moving on from Dutch, we have another blue idiom here and again in italics. And this is, mm, I guess, well, that's why I put the swear word in symbols there. It literally means to sit in a blue cabinet. And so that's funny to me that they would say to sit in a blue cabinet if what they're meaning is to go too far or to make a fool of oneself. So if um yeah, if someone is speaking this language and says that somebody is sitting in a blue cabinet, what they really mean is this person is going overboard. They're going so far and they're making a fool out of themselves. Now, in another blue idiom um, that we have here from Polish, and so this one literally translates to think about blue almonds. So that's why I put the picture of blue Jordan almonds down there. It's hard to find a picture of actual almonds that are blue. Maybe that's why in Polish to think about blue almonds means to daydream. Daydreaming is thinking about blue almonds in Polish, of course. And this reminds me of an idiom from Spanish. If you're daydreaming, they say you're thinking about the immortality of a crab. Um, because, well, blue almonds are very unlikely, pretty impossible, something you dream about, just like a crab is very much not immortal. So, thinking about their immortality, you're also daydreaming, very much daydreaming. But it's funny that in Polish, we use blue. And so thank you very much for sticking around and watching all my colorful idioms about pink and blue. And so please do like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will be happy to follow this up. I'm planning to do a volume 2 of these using different colors altogether. And so thank you to everyone who sticks around and watches to the very end. It's always very much appreciated. So thanks again, and see you around next time.